Hello, sleepless scientists. Tonight, we gather around a crackling fire, the kind that flickers like a sleepy neuron in the vast network of your mind. Imagine a cozy cabin, wooden beams creaking gently, a quilt draped over your knees, and a mug of chamomile tea steaming in your hands. The world outside is quiet, save for a lone owl hooting its lullaby. You're here to unravel a mystery, the science of sleep, and discover what your brain, that tireless jester, is up to while you rest. Reality check: nearly a third of your life is spent snoozing. Yet your brain, well, it's hosting a circus, a symphony, and a janitorial shift all at once. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this cozy tale. Which science field would you explore? Share below. Dim the lights. Snuggle up, and let's dive in. Picture this. You're drifting off. Eyelids heavy. The world blurring like a watercolor painting left out in the rain. Your brain, however, isn't clocking out. Oh no. It's punching in for the night shift. A quirky maestro conducting a wild orchestra of dreams, repères, and memory shuffles. You settle into bed, perhaps imagining you're a weary astronaut tucked into a sleeping pod, the galaxy of your mind buzzing with activity. Scientists have long marveled at this nocturnal spectacle, and tonight, you're the star explorer, venturing into the uncharted jungle of your slumbering brain. What's it doing? Why? It's tidying up, replaying your day, and maybe even inventing a ridiculous scenario where you're riding a unicycle through a forest of jelly beans. You chuckle softly, imagining the chaos. Your journey begins with the stages of sleep, a rhythmic dance as old as time. You slip into light sleep. Stage 1, where your body slows. Muscles twitch like a puppy dreaming of a chase. Your heart rate dips. Your breathing eases. And your brain waves, those electric ripples, start to mellow. Scientists call this the hypnagogic phase, a fancy term for that woozy moment when you're half awake, half drifting, and maybe seeing a giant rubber duck float by. You pose. The wind howls softly outside, a reminder of the world you're leaving behind. This stage lasts mere minutes, a gentle handshake between wakefulness and the deeper realms. Your brain, ever the prankster, might toss in a hypnic jerk. That sudden jolt, as if you've tripped off a cosmic curb. You laugh quietly, shaking your head at its antics. Now, you glide into stage 2, a deeper lull. Your brain waves slow further, spiking occasionally, with bursts called sleep spindles, little fireworks of activity that scientists think guard your rest, shushing the outside noise. Your body temperature drops, a cozy signal to conserve energy. You're a traveler now, nestled in a hammock under a canopy of stars, your brain humming along, sorting the day's adventures. Did you ace that presentation? Forget your lines in a meeting. Your brain's replaying it all, filing memories like a diligent librarian with a quirky sense of humor, perhaps misfiling buy milk under Ride a Dragon. You smile, amused at the thought. This stage, a bridge to the deep, occupies much of your night, a quiet prep for the wonders ahead. Why does this matter? You wonder. Adjusting your imaginary quilt. Sleep isn't just downtime. It's your brain's maintenance crew, sweeping away the cobwebs, tuning the circuits. Without it, you'd be a grumpy zombie, stumbling through life like a robot low on batteries. Scientists marvel at how this light sleep primes you for the plunge into deep, restorative stages, where the real magic unfolds. You lean closer to the fire. Its warmth, a gentle hug, and ponder your brain's dedication. It's a loyal friend, working overtime while you snooze. Perhaps plotting a dream where you're a chef, cooking pancakes for a crowd of chatty squirrels. You chuckle again, the absurdity tickling you. The cabin grows quieter, the fire popping softly. Your brain, that tireless tinkerer, is just warming up, ready to dive deeper, repar tissues, and weave dreams wilder than a carnival on the moon. You choose your path, brave explorer, deciding to trust this nightly voyage. Will it solve a problem? Paint a masterpiece in your mind. The science of sleep is a tale of wonder, and you're at its heart. A curious scientist in pajamas, unraveling the mystery one stage at a time. The night stretches on, inviting, and your brain whispers, "Hold on, we're just getting started." You're nestled deeper now, brave explorer. The imaginary quilt pulled snug around your shoulders as the fire in our cozy cabin crackles a lazy tune. The owl outside hoots, a gentle encore. And you, the star of this sleepy saga, drift further into the science of sleep. Your brain, that quirky maestro, has guided you past the shallow waters of light, sleep, and now it's time to plunge into the deep end. Stages 3 and 4. The slow wave sleep that's as rich and mysterious as a midnight lake. You pose. The fire pops. A tiny spark, dancing like a thought in your mind. Your brain's not napping. Oh no. It's rolling up its sleeves, ready for some heavy lifting in this nocturnal workshop. Picture yourself, a weary traveler, sinking into a velvet hammock, the kind suspended in a dreamy cavern of stars. Slow wave sleep, often called deep sleep, is your brain's power hour. Scientists marvel at these stages, where brain waves stretch long and lazy, like ripples on a calm pond. Measured as delta waves by clever folks with electrodes, your heart rate slows to a mellow drumbeat, your breathing deepens, and your body, well, it's practically a statue, save for the occasional twitch. You're so still, a curious raccoon might tiptoe into the cabin, sniff your slippers, and declare you part of the furniture. You chuckle softly, imagining the raccoon's confusion. Here, your brain's a diligent janitor, sweeping away the day's clutter. Toxins, those pesky leftovers from thinking, chatting, and dodging life's chaos, and get flushed out through a clever system, a bit like a cosmic dishwasher for your noggin. Scientists call this the glymphatic system, a fancy name for your brain's nightly cleanup crew. You imagine tiny workers in overalls, scrubbing neural pathways, polishing synapses, and tossing out the mental junk. Maybe even that awkward moment when you waved at someone who wasn't waving at you. Your brain's got your back, tidying up to keep you sharp for tomorrow's adventures. But wait, you wonder, adjusting your quilt as the fire's glow paints shadows on the walls. What else is happening? Your body's in repair mode. A bustling shipyard of activity. Growth hormones flood in, patching up muscles, healing tiny scrapes from that time you stubbed your toe on the coffee table. Your immune system, like a team of tiny knights, rallies to fend off invaders, making sure you wake up ready to conquer the day, or at least the breakfast table. You smile, picturing these knights jousting with germs, their lances tipped with valor, all while you snooze. This deep sleep, the heart of your rest, is precious, especially in the first half of the night. Scientists note it's when you're toughest to wake. A hibernating bear in a cave of dreams. Try to rouse you now, and you'd mumble like a confused caveman. Stumbling back to bed, you laugh quietly, imagining yourself growling at an alarm clock. Not now. I'm ruling the Stone Age. Your brain, ever the prankster, might even toss in a fleeting dream, fuzzy and odd, like riding a woolly mammoth through a blizzard of marshmallows. It's brief, a teaser for the wild show to come. Why does this matter? You ponder, gazing into the fire's hypnotic dance. Deep sleep rebuilds you, physically and mentally. A foundation for the day ahead. Skimp on it, and you're a creaky ship. Sails, torn, drifting through fog. Scientists say this stage wanes as the night rolls on, so your brain prioritizes it early. A clever strategy to keep you seaworthy. You're a captain now, steering through the quiet waters of slumber, trusting your brain's quirky crew to patch the hull and mend the ropes. The cabin hums with calm, the air thick with the scent of pine and possibility. You lean back, the hammock swaying gently, and marvel at your brain's dedication. It's a tireless tinkerer, fixing, of cleaning, and prepping, all while you rest in this cozy tale. You choose to linger here, brave scientist. Savoring the depth of this stage, the night's still young, and your brain whispers, onward, adventurer. More wonders await. The fire crackles, a warm companion, and you nod. Ready for the next chapter of this sleepy odyssey. You're deep in the voyage now. Co the explorer, bundled in your imaginary quilt, as the cabin's fire casts a golden glow across the wooden walls. The owl outside hoots a sleepy tune. And you, the hero of this drowsy tale, sail into the next chapter of the science of sleep. Your brain, that whimsical wizard, has bolstered you through deep, slow-wave slumber. And now it's time to twirl into the dazzling circus of REM sleep, the rapid eye movement stage where dreams take center stage. You pose. The flames flicker, mimicking the lively dance behind your eyelids. Your brain's not resting yet. It's flipping the switch to a theater of wild, wondrous stories. Imagine you're a daring director, perched in a plush chair, overseeing a dreamscape where the rules of reality melt like butter on a hot pancake. REM sleep kicks in, often an hour or so after you drift off, and your brain lights up, buzzing like a neon sign in a cosmic diner. Scientists marvel at this, noting your brain waves skitter fast and frantic, almost like you're awake, plotting a heist or chatting with a penguin in a tuxedo. Your eyes dart beneath lids. Telltale sein, as if scanning a script for the next scene. Your body, though, stays still, paralyzed by nature's clever trick to keep you from leaping out of bed to chase a dreamland unicorn. You chuckle softly, picturing yourself frozen mid-gallop. Here, your brain's a storyteller supreme, weaving tales from scraps of your day. Did you see a red balloon argue with a coworker? Now you're soaring over a city on a balloon-powered bicycle, negotiating peace with a flock of chatty pigeons. Scientists call this memory consolidation. Your brain sifting through yesterday's chaos, stitching bits together like a quirky quilt. You're the star. Maybe a knight battling a jelly monster, or a chef flipping pancakes for a crowd of giggling clouds. The absurdity tickles you, and you grin, snug in your hammock. The fire warming your toes. But what's the magic? You wonder, shifting slightly as the cabin creaks a gentle lullaby. REM sleep fools creativity. Scientists say, connecting dots in ways your waking mind wouldn't dare. That wild idea for a novel or a fix for a puzzle at work might spark here. Born from a dream where you're a detective solving crimes with a talking toaster. Your heart races a bit, your breathing quickens, and your brain's firing on all cylinders, strengthening neural paths, locking in lessons from the day. You laugh quietly, imagining the toaster barking orders in a gritty noir voice. This stage grows longer as the night unfolds. A series of acts in your brain's grand play. Early REM bursts might last a few minutes. But by dawn, you're headlining a saga, perhaps piloting a spaceship through a galaxy of glitter. Your body's locked down. Muscles slack. A safety net, so you don't tumble out of bed mid-adventure. Scientists chuckle too, noting how this paralysis saves you from disaster. Though once in a while, you might mutter or twitch. A cameo in your own epic. You pose, the wind whispering through the cabin's cracks, and marvel at the show. Why's this vital? You muse, gazing at the fire's lazy dance. REM sleep sharpens your mind, owns emotions, and preps you for life's twists. Skip it, and you're a foggy actor, flubbing lines in the daylight drama. Your brain, ever the jester, uses this time to process feelings, maybe untangling that knot of stress from a missed bus. Now, reimagined as a chariot, race against a tardy turtle. You smile, amused, picturing the turtle's smug grin as it overtakes you in ancient Uber style. The cabin glows, warm and inviting, the scent of wood smoke mingling with the night's calm. You're a dreamer now, steering through this vivid realm, trusting your brain's wild script. The fire pops, a cheerful nudge, and you lean back, ready to explore more. Your brain, that crafty director, whispers, curtains up. Adventurer, the next scene's brewing. You nod, cozy and curious, eager for the wonders of this sleepy science tale. You're sailing deeper, intrepid dreamer, cocooned in your quilt as the cabin's fire hums a lazy melody, its glow painting the walls in shades of amber. The owl outside coos a drowsy note, and you, the bold navigator of this sleepy saga, I glide through the science of sleep, circling back to the rhythm of the night. Your brain, that mischievous maestro, juggles stages like a circus ringmaster, cycling through light, deep, and REM sleep in a waltz lasting 90 minutes or so. You pose. The flames crackle, a gentle echo of your brain's busy tempo. It's not a one-act play, but a full production. And your brain's keeping the show on track? Imagine you're a weary captain, steering a ship through the misty waves of slumber. The night unfolding in cycles. Scientists have charted this, noting how you loop through stages, starting with light sleep, dipping into the deep, then soaring into REM, only to circle back. Early in the night, deep sleep dominates. Your brain's crew scrubbing and repairing. Like sailors, mending sails after a storm. Later, REM takes the helm, dreams blooming wilder, perhaps casting you as a pirate, outwitting a squid in a sea of chocolate syrup. You chuckle softly, picturing the squid's baffled tentacles waving in defeat. Each cycle shifts the balance. A quirky dance of priorities. Your brain, ever the strategist, leans heavy on slow-wave sleep at first, rebuilding your body, patching scrapes, and boosting defenses. You're a castle, under siege, and your brain's the mason, shoring up walls while you snooze. As hours pass, REM stretch longer, fueling dreams, where you're a painter, splashing colors on a canvas of clouds, or a racer zooming past a snail in a souped-up wagon. Scientists grin, observing how these cycles, 4 to 6 a night, all keep you ticking. A clockwork of rest and revelry. You smile, amused at your brain's knack for multitasking? But why the loop? You wonder, tugging your quilt tighter as the cabin's warmth hugs you close. Your brain's a clever juggler, balancing repair and creativity. Early deep sleep clears the fog, washing away tired thoughts, while later, REM stirs your imagination, maybe solving why your cat stares at you like a judge at dawn. You laugh quietly, picturing your feline overlord in a tiny robe, gavel in paw, ruling the night court. Scientists say these cycles sync with your body's clock, a rhythm tied to sunlight and stars, nudging you through stages to wake refreshed, or at least ready for coffee. The timing's a marvel. 2. Each cycle's a chapter, and your brain adjusts the plot, shortening light sleep, stretching dreams as morning nears. You're a traveler now, rowing through a river of rest, the current shifting with the hours. Sometimes, you stir, half awake, hearing a creak or a hoot, and your brain decides, back to stage 1. Captain, it's a gentle reset. It's a chance to ease back into the flow. You pose, the wind sighing outside. And imagine your brain as a quirky guide, steering you through this nightly maze with a wink and a nod. This rhythm matters. You muse, gazing at the fire's hypnotic flicker. Cycles keep you whole, blending brawn and brilliance. Miss a loop, and you're a ship adrift. Sails limp, mind fuzzy, like you've bartered your wits for a bag of marshmallows. Your brain, the loyal jester, tweaks each stage, ensuring you mend, learn, and dream. Maybe even picturing you as a baker kneading dough with a choir of chirping crickets. You grin, tickled by the thought. The cabin's calm, wrapping you like a hug. The fire pops, a cheery companion, and the night stretches on. A canvas of wonder. You're the explorer, charting this sleepy sea. Trusting your brain's oddball crew, your mind whispers, steady on. Adventurer? The cycle spins anew. You lean back, cozy and curious. The quilt soft against your skin, ready for the next leg of this whimsical, scientific tale. You're drifting along, valiant voyager, wrapped in your trusty quilt as the cabin's fire glows, casting a warm, golden haze across the room. The owl outside hums a sleepy serenade. And you, the intrepid hero of this bedtime tale, venture deeper into the science of sleep. Your brain, that cheeky conductor, has twirled you through cycles of light, deep, and REM. But now it's time to explore the memory magic happening backstage. You pose. The fire crackles, a soft echo of neurons sparking in your mind. Your brain's not just idling. It's a busy archivist, sorting, storing, and sprucing up memories while you snooze. Picture yourself, a curious librarian, tiptoeing through a grand library, shelves towering with books of your day's deeds. During sleep, your brain's on a mission, sifting through today's chaos. From that spilled coffee to your epic win at trivia night, scientists cheer this, noting how light sleep and deep sleep tag team to tidy short-term memories, nudging them into neat piles. Then, in REM, your brain, the quirky curator, weaves them into long-term treasures, linking ideas like a mad genius. Maybe you're dreaming now. A detective piecing clues. Finding your keys in a vault, guarded by a tap-dancing walrus. You chuckle softly, tickled by the walrus's fancy footwork. In deep sleep, the action's subtle but mighty. Your brain replays moments, to strengthening neural paths. Like a coach drilling plays for the big game. That recipe you botched, the one where the cake looked like a sad pancake, it's filed, refined. So, next time you're a baking champ, scientists say slow-wave sleep clears the clutter, making room for new lessons. While your hippocampus, a tiny seahorse-shaped hero, shuttles memories to safety. You imagine tiny workers in hard hats, hauling, don't forget the dentist, to a vault, accidentally shelving it next to ride a llama. You smile, amused at the mix-up. REM sleep, though, steals the show. You muse, shifting in your hammock as the cabin's warmth cradles you. Here, your brain's a storyteller, blending old and new, crafting wild tales to cement connections. That chat with a friend about stars. Now you're an astronaut, floating with a comet, debating constellations with a chatty alien. Scientists marvel, saying this boosts creativity, ties emotions to events, and preps you for tomorrow. You laugh quietly, picturing the alien waving a tentacle, insisting the Big Dipper's a cosmic soup ladle. Your brain's forging bonds, locking in facts, maybe even untangling why you blushed when you tripped in the park. Why's this vital? You wonder. Gazing at the fire's gentle dance, memories shape you, and sleep's the glue. Binding lesson. It's skills. And stories. Without it, you'd be a scatterbrained scribe. Notes fluttering away like leaves in a storm. Your brain, the loyal jester, works overtime, sorting the mundane and the wild, perhaps dreaming you're a chef, serving soup to a choir of croaking frogs. You grin, the absurdity warming you like the fire. Scientists note sleep loss muddles recall, leaving you groping for names like a bumbling actor mid-scene. You choose your path, brave librarian, trusting this nightly sort. The cabin's quiet, the air thick with pine and peace. Your brain's at it, polishing gems of the day. Maybe misfiling, buy bread with befriend a badger. You pose, the wind sighing outside, a soft nudge to linger. This memory game's a marvel, keeping you sharp, weaving your life's tapestry. The fire pops, a cheery spark, and your brain whispers, onward, keeper of tales, we're filing more. You lean back, cozy in your quilt, the night unfurling like a scroll, ready for the next twist in this sleepy, scientific adventure. You're nestled deeper, bold adventurer. Your quilt, a warm embrace as the cabin's fire glows, its light dancing across the wooden beams like a sleepy sunset. The owl outside croons a gentle lullaby. And you, the star of this drowsy quest, journey further into the science of sleep. Your brain, that sly tinkerer, has cycled through stages, sorted memories, and now it's time to tackle emotions. A backstage drama where feelings get a tune-up. You pose. The flames flicker. A quiet mirror to the sparks of your heart and mind. Your brain's not dozing. It's a wise counselor, sifting through your day's joys and jumbles while you rest. Imagine you're a weary bard, strumming a lute in a moonlit glade. Your emotions, the strings, some taut, some loose. Sleep, especially REM, is your brain's rehearsal hall, where it replays the day's highs and lows. That moment you laughed with a friend until your sides ached, or the sting of a harsh word at work, your brain's on stage, running lines, softening the edges. Scientists marvel, noting REM sleep's a hotspot for emotional processing. With your amygdala, the feeling hub, buzzing like a busy bee, you dream now. Perhaps a jester juggling your worries, turning a missed deadline into a race against a dawdling donkey. You chuckle softly, picturing the donkey's smug trot. In deep sleep, the work's quieter, a steady hand calming the waters. Your brain dials down stress, balancing chemicals like cortisol, the pesky stress gremlin, while boosting serotonin, a cheery messenger. You're a sailor now, gliding a calm sea, your brain patching the sails torn by a day's squalls. Scientists say this slow wave stage tamps down the noise, easing yesterday's frazzle. Maybe that panic when you lost your phone, only to find it in your pocket. You smile, imagining your brain as a patient captain, steering you clear of stormy moods, whispering, "All's well, mate." REM returns, and the spotlight's bright. You muse, shifting under your quilt as the cabin's warmth hugs you tight. Here, your brain rewrites scripts, untangling knots of feeling. That butterflies in the stomach flutter before a big talk. Now you're a hero, charming a crowd of chattering sparrows with a speech from a hot air balloon. Scientists grin, explaining how this stage links emotions to memories, building resilience. You laugh quietly, picturing a sparrow tipping a tiny hat, applauding your courage. Your brain's a maestro, tuning your heart, prepping you to face tomorrow with a steadier step. Why's this key? You wonder, gazing at the fire's gentle sway. Sleep heals your spirit, smoothing the rough edges of life. Skip it, and you're a bard off key, strumming a tune of grumpiness, fumbling through the day. Your brain, the quirky healer, uses sleep to mend, perhaps dreaming you're a baker, kneading dough with a choir of purring cats. Your stress melting like butter. You grin, tickled by the cat's whiskery cheers. Scientists note poor sleep phrase, emotions, leaving you snappy, like a traveler lost in a fog of fatigue. You choose your path. Brave bard, trusting this nightly tune-up. The cabin hums, the scent of wood smoke mingling with the night's calm. Your brain's at work, soothing, balancing, maybe conjuring a tale where you're a knight, calming a dragon with a cup of tea. You pose, the wind whispering outside, a soft nudge to linger. This emotional alchemy's a gift, keeping you steady. Your heart in harmony. The fire pops, a warm spark. and your brain murmurs, "Onward, singer of dreams. More healing awaits." You lean back, cozy and calm, the quilt soft, ready for the next chapter of this sleepy, scientific tale. You're gliding along, daring dreamer. Your quilt, a cozy shield as the cabin's fire hums, its amber glow painting the walls like a sunset caught in a jar. The owl outside coos, a hushed melody. And you, the fearless trailblazer of this sleepy tale, delve deeper into the science of sleep. Your brain, that crafty conjurer, has cycled stages, sorted memories, tuned emotions. And now it's time to shine a light on problem solving, the quirky workshop where your mind tinkers with life's puzzles. You pose, the flames dance, a soft mimic of the sparks firing in your head. Your brain's not snoozing. It's a clever mechanic, tweaking solutions while you drift. Picture yourself, a bold inventor, hunched over a workbench in a starlit garage, tools of thought scattered around. Sleep, especially REM, is your brain's laboratory, where it toys with challenges from the day. That tricky math problem, the spat with a neighbor, your brain's at it. Testing theories, twisting pieces like a cosmic jigsaw. Scientists beam, noting REM sleep ignites creativity. Connecting aught dots, you dream now. Maybe a captain steering a ship through a maze of floating clocks. Cracking a schedule snag with a cannon blast of insight, you chuckle softly, imagining the clocks ticking in baffled surrender. Deep sleep lends a hand, too, a steady foundation for the fix. Your brain, in slow wave mode, mulls quietly, cementing patterns, refining skills. That dance move you flubbed, tripping over your own feet, it's rehearsed here. Neurons firing like a coach, whispering, "Step, turn, lead." Scientists say this stage strengthens logic. A calm polish before REM's wild sparks. You're a builder now, crafting a bridge over a river of doubt. Your brain nailing planks of clarity, perhaps misplacing one. Dreaming, you've built a slide for a parade of waddling ducks. You smile, tickled by the ducks' quacking applause. REM's the star. You muse, shifting in your quilt as the cabin's warmth wraps you close. Here, your brain's a mad genius, blending ideas in a whirlwind. Stuck on a project name, now you're a painter. Splashing a canvas with colors, naming it Glimmerzap, in a chat with a wise old turtle. Scientists nod, saying this stage links distant thoughts, birthing breakthroughs. You laugh quietly, picturing the turtle nodding sagely, approving your genius from a lily pad. Your brain's tinkering, testing, maybe solving how to fix that squeaky door. Reimagined as a quest to oil a castle gate. Why's this a gem? You wonder, gazing at the fire's lazy flicker. Sleep fuels insight, turning knots into neat bows. Miss it, and you're a foggy inventor, botching blueprints, stumbling like a robot with a loose bolt. Your brain, the jolly tinkerer, crafts fixes, perhaps dreaming you're a chef, stirring a pot of ideas with a crew of chattering monkeys. You grin, amused by their banana peel pointers. Scientists warn skimping sleep dulls your edge, leaving puzzles scattered like a jigsaw, dumped by a toddler. You choose your path, clever creator, trusting this nightly forge. The cabin glows, the scent of pine and smoke a gentle hug. Your brain's busy, hammering solutions. Maybe conjuring a tale where you're a detective? Cracking a case with a clue from a singing teapot. You pose, the wind sighing outside. A nudge to linger. This problem-solving magic's a boon, sharpening your wits, lighting the way. The fire pops, a cheery spark, and your brain whispers. Onward, maker of marvels. More fixes brew. You lean back, snug in your quilt. The night, a workshop of wonder, ready for the next twist in this sleepy, scientific saga. You're venturing deeper, brave pioneer. If your quilt, a trusty cloak as the cabin's fire glows, its warm light flickering across the walls like a sleepy lantern. The owl outside hums a soft tune, and you, the bold hero of this drowsy journey, press on through the science of sleep. Your brain, that whimsical wizard, has cycled stages, sorted memories, tuned emotions, solved puzzles. And now it's time to explore the body's quiet renewal. A gentle workshop of repair. You pose, the flames crackle, a faint echo of your cells at work. Your brain's not alone. It's teaming with your body, rebuilding while you snooze. Imagine you're a weary traveler, resting in a hammock, strung between two starry oaks. In your body, a village bustling beneath the calm. Sleep, especially deep sleep, is the town square where restoration hums. Scientists marvel, noting slow-wave sleep triggers growth hormones. A crew of tiny carpenters patching muscles, mending scrapes from that time you bumped your shin on a chair. Your cells rebuild, tissues knead, like villagers fixing cottages after a windy day. You dream, perhaps a blacksmith, forging strength, hammering away fatigue with a clang, a cheery bear tossing coal to the fire. You chuckle softly, picturing the bear's goofy grin. Your immune system joins in, a band of merry guards patrolling the night. Deep sleep rallies them, boosting defenses, crafting proteins to fend off sniffles or sneezes. You're a knight now, armor gleaming, your body's crew sharpening swords against rogue germs. Maybe ones from that soggy handshake at the market. Scientists nod, saying this stage fuels recovery, keeping you spry. It's not a creaky scarecrow wobbling through life. You smile, imagining your immune guards high-fiving. One tripping over a shield in a clumsy victory dance. Your brain steers this, Akiet, Captain, guiding the rebuild while you rest. Even in REM, the work shifts. You muse, tugging your quilt closer as the cabin's warmth caresses you. Your body's still, muscles slack to keep you safe, but your brain hums, blood flow rising, nourishing neurons. You're a gardener now, tending a plot of thoughts, dreams sprouting wild, maybe watering a fantasy where you're a diver, fixing a coral reef with a team of chatty fish. Scientists grin, noting this keeps your mind agile, supporting the body's tune-up. You laugh quietly, picturing a fish, waving a fin, barking orders like a tiny foreman. Why is this vital? You wonder. Gazing at the fire's gentle sway, sleeps your body's pit stop, patching wear and tear, charging you for the day. Skip it, and you're a rickety wagon, wheels wobbling, creaking through the morning. Your brain, the jolly overseer, partners with your frame, perhaps dreaming you're a baker, kneading strength into dough with a gaggle of giggling sparrows. You grin, tickled by their feathery cheers. Scientists warn poor sleep saps vitality, leaving you limp, like a puppet with tangled strings. You choose your path, sturdy builder, trusting this nightly fix. The cabin hums, the scent of wood smoke and pine, a soothing balm, your brain and body labor. Rebuilding, maybe conjuring a tale where you're a tailor. Stitching health with a needle threaded by a whistling cricket. You pose, the wind whispering outside, a nudge to linger. This renewal's a gift, keeping you strong, ready for life's trek. The fire pops, a warm spark, and your brain murmurs. Onward, crafter of vigor. More mending awaits. You lean back, cozy in your quilt, the night a haven of repair. Eager for the next leg of this sleepy scientific saga? You're journeying on, steadfast explorer. Your quilt, a warm companion as the cabin's fire glows, its golden flickers painting the walls like a drowsy sunset. The owl outside coos, a gentle lullaby, and you, the daring star of this sleepy tale, wade deeper into the science of sleep. Your brain, that sly jester, has cycled stages, sordid memories, tuned emotions, solved riddles, rebuilt your body. And now it's time to ponder the clock, the quirky rhythm, tying it all to the day. You pose? The flames crackle, a soft mimic of your inner tempo, ticking away. Your brain's not adrift. It's synced to a cosmic beat, guiding your rest. Picture yourself, a bold timekeeper, perched in a tower of stars, a grand clock ticking beneath you. Your body's got a rhythm, the circadian clock, a maestro hidden in your brain. Nudging sleep to align with night's curtain, scientists marvel, noting this tiny hub, the suprachiasmatic nucleus, tracks light and dark, a sundial for your slumber. As dusk falls, it signals melatonin, a sleepy elixir, easing you into bed like a traveler to a hammock in a twilight grove. You dream, maybe a watchmaker, crafting a clock with a crew of chattering fireflies, setting the pace. You chuckle softly, picturing a firefly, fumbling a gear. This clock hums, sinking stages. You muse, shifting under your quilt as the cabin's warmth wraps you tight. Early night brings deep sleep. Your brain's crew scrubbing and mending, timed to heal when stars shine brightest. Later, REM blooms, dreams unfurling as dawn nears, perhaps casting you as a sailor, steering by starlight, racing a comet with a jolly dolphin at the helm. Scientists nod, saying this rhythm, wired to day and night, balances rest, keeping cycle crisp. You smile, imagining the dolphins splashing, shouting tips in a bubbly cheer. Your brain's a conductor, pacing the night's symphony. But life jumbles the beat. You wonder, gazing at the fire's lazy dance. Late nights, glowing screens, or a midnight snack throw your clock askew. Like a timekeeper tripping over a moonbeam, your brain fights back, nuking melatonin, begging for dark to reset the gears. Jet lag's a prankster, too, leaving you groggy, a traveler lost in time, dreaming you're a pilot, landing on a runway of wobbly clocks. You laugh quietly, picturing clocks teetering, ticking in protest. Scientists warn a muddled rhythm dulls sleep, leaving you foggy, stumbling like a bear after a long nap. Your clock craves order, a steady tick to match the sun. You're a gardener now, tending a plot of rest, your brain sowing sleep to bloom with the dawn. Scientists say light, meals, and calm cue the rhythm, steadying your night's flow. You pose, the wind sighing outside, a hint to trust this beat. Your brain, the quirky timekeeper, adjusts, maybe dreaming you're a chef, timing, a stew with a band of ticking toads. You grin, amused by their croaky countdown, the cabin's pine scent, a soothing balm. This rhythm's key, keeping sleep in step, your body and mind in tune. Miss the beat, and you're a clock off kilter, hands spinning wild. You choose your path, wise timekeeper, leaning on this nightly pulse. The fire pops, a cheery spark, and your brain whispers, onward, guardian of time. The night ticks on. You lean back, snug in your quilt. The cabin a haven, the night a steady cadence, ready for the final stretch of this sleepy, scientific adventure. You're nearing the end, brave voyager. Your quilt, a loyal friend as the cabin's fire glows, its gentle light weaving shadows across the walls like a fading dream. The owl outside hums a sleepy note, and you, the hero of this drowsy saga, linger in the science of sleep. Your brain, that merry trickster, has danced through stages, sorted memories, tuned emotions, solved puzzles, rebuilt your body, synced to a clock. And now it's time to savor the gift of rest, the why behind this nightly quest. You pose, the flames flicker, a soft echo of your mind winding down. Your brain's not quitting, it's tying the tale together, readying you for dawn. Imagine you're a quiet wanderer, strolling a misty path. The night, a blanket of stars above, sleeps your sanctuary. Scientists say, a cornerstone of life, blending brain and body into harmony. It fuels your wits, sharpens your heart, mends your frame, all while casting you as a hero in dreams. Maybe a night dueling a cloud with a loaf of bread. You chuckle softly, picturing the cloud puffing away, defeated by your doughy sword. Your brain's a sage, weaving rest to lift you, a gift to face the day's wild ride. Wise sleep king, you wonder, nestling deeper into your quilt as the cabin's warmth hugs you close. It's your recharge, a balm for mind and soul. Skimp on it, and you're a wobbly kite, drifting through life, tangled in a haze. Scientists cheer its power, noting it boosts learning, steadies moods, keeps you hale. You're a captain now, steering through slumber. Your brain plotting a course, perhaps dreaming you're a baker, crafting stars from dough with a crew of twinkling moths. You smile, amused by their fluttery praise. The fire's glow, a gentle guide. The night's tale unfurls, a grand why to cherish. Sleep's your ally, a quirky healer, prepping you to leap from bed, tackle tasks, or laugh at spills. You've journeyed deep, seen your brain juggle wonders, From filing memories to sparring with a turtle over a cosmic recipe, you laugh quietly, the warmth of this adventure settling in. Your path's clear, brave dreamer, trusting rest to renew, to spark joy, to arm you for tomorrow, be it a quest or a quiet cup of tea. The cabin stills, the fire's embers glowing low, the air rich with pine and peace. You're safe, far from the day's bustle, cradled by the night. The wind whispers a final sigh, the owl's song a distant lullaby. Your brain, the faithful jester, tucks you in. Its work, a gentle hum, a soft lute plays in your mind. Strings, strumming a melody of mist and stars. You drift, a wanderer, on a sea of calm. The science of sleep, your guiding light. The fire fades, a last pop like a wink, and you rest, ready for dawn. Good night.